Hi guys, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to my YouTube channel at Enter Canada. Today's topic is how to survive the crazy Canadian winters, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about it. Today I'm going to be talking about how to survive it in terms of dressing, in terms of the general preparation and whatnot, and I hope you find this video very useful. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss the next video. I'm going to scroll the screen somewhere here. I'm just going to read from Canada.ca. They have how to prepare for winter and some important facts that is important for us to bear in mind in terms of how to keep safe. Winter weather conditions in Canada can quickly become very dangerous. Yes, dangerous. I said it. With little or no warning. Winter storms, excessive cold claim over 100 lives each year in the country. So they say it's more than the combination of deaths caused by hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, extreme heat, and lightning each year. Yeah, so the more reason why this video is very important, and I hope you share it with your friends and family who are already in Canada or who hope to come so they can begin to prepare. So, severe winter weather alerts. So the government, when they're severe winter weathers, they send out alerts, and there are different types of alerts that they send out. Let me see if I can. Okay, so there are 4 types of weather alerts. We have the warning, we have the watch, advisory, and special weather statement. So like I was saying, as we all know, Canadian winters can be very, very cold and super depressing. But it's important that we know, because if you've come to Canada knowing fully well that there are some parts of the country that can be super cold, you already would have prepared your mind for what to expect, right? Obviously, you can't say that because it's super cold, you won't go to work, you won't go to school. Well, for me, I would advise that as long as there hasn't been an alert, an emergency alert, which most times will come in and your phone will be vibrating, like these alerts, like amber alerts. As long as none of those alerts have gone forth, or if you check the weather channel and whatnot, there's no alert saying stay home, bad blizzard, or strong winds, or things like that, it's fine to go around. And like I learned today, it's okay if you can't go out, just let your employer know or let the school know. But I remember, let me give this example. So very recently, I think last week, Monday or Tuesday, the weather was horrible. And when I say horrible, I mean black ice all over the roads, real blizzard. And it was the wake-up call. Okay, guys, winter is pretty much here. Anyways, we had to take my daughter to school, actually both children to school. And I was just from the moment I woke up to the time when we dropped her off, I just kept wishing, God, please, can't we just stay in bed? Today is cold, it's dark, it's just so I just don't want to get out of bed. And we got out on the road and saw people were going about their business like normal. Anyways, I'm going to talk about 5 key things when it comes to winter survival. First of all, I would say make sure you change your tires. Make sure you change your tires to winter tires. I'm going to show you what a winter tire looks like quickly. So that was what a winter tire looks like. Make sure you change your tires to winter tires. They have stronger grip on the floor, on the roads, and it helps to reduce the likelihood of having an accident. Another thing I would advise is keep your house warm. Apparently, people don't turn off the heaters during the winter. And it makes sense because it's going to get very cold. Why turn off the heater? If you turn off the heater, you want to come home to a cold house? No. So when you come into the house, you want to come and everywhere is warm and cozy because you've come out from the cold. So change your winter tires. Make sure your house is warm and cozy. Stay hydrated. You need to drink water because the weather can be very drying. And sometimes it's actually not even very like inhaling it and breathing it in, it can be really drying. It's important you stay hydrated. And if you can, if your nose is getting dry, you could put like some Vaseline or Vicks. Your lips are dry, have like Blistex or Vaseline, shea butter, to keep your lips and skin hydrated. Make sure you actually keep your skin hydrated. You want to get like thick moisturizers that will, like, when you rub it on your skin, like, it absorbs the moisture and just like create some barrier, because the weather can be very drying during the winter. Okay. And what else? One other important thing I like to mention is vitamin D. So when we I remember a few years ago, like, one of my aunties, she's like my children's grandma in Canada. She told us about how we need to continue to take vitamin D. So why do people say take your vitamin D? It helps with, like, obviously the sun won't be shining as much, or you won't get the effect, like the health benefits from the sun. So the vitamin D helps to alleviate your mood, and it also helps, for those like nutrients you may be missing out on when the sun isn't shining as much. So there are other reasons. I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to get into that, but basically it's good to take your vitamin D. Sorry, it's good to take your vitamins D when the winter is here. What else am I going to talk about? So I remember, like, my daughter's first few experiences with snow. She loved it. She sometimes she does now and sometimes she doesn't, but most times she's not really a fan for some reason. Now she's like, oh, I don't like the snow, it's too cold. This is someone who loved the snow. Oh, I want to make snow angels. Oh, I want to wear my winter jacket and build a snowman and whatnot. Now she's like, no, I don't like the cold. Well, sometimes she may like it because she wants to play with it, but she's gotten tired of it. She's no more like thrilled by it, but it's a thrilling experience, really. I'll show you a video. How does it feel to hold snow in your hands? So that was my video. I actually like packed the snow from the floor and like squeezed it and let it out. It's just like when you open your deep freezer and then all the frost that is at the corners of the freezer, like scrape it out. That's pretty much how snow is. Yeah, I'm telling you. Check it out. Now, another aspect to this discussion is winter driving. There's a lot of information here that I'm also going to try to scroll down on somewhere in the screen just so that you can read along with me. And it's very important to take note of this. So, along with colder temperatures, snow and ice, winter also brings potentially dangerous driving conditions, slippery roads, and decreased visibility. I have videos of how horrible the visibility can be sometimes when there's a blizzard, or when the weather is seriously horrible. I hope I can find one to link somewhere, but if I can't, I will make one. Don't worry. So it's advisable that you slow down when the weather is very cold, it's snowing, it's icy. Make sure you slow down. Please do not speed, because that increases the chances of you getting into an accident. There's fog, there's black ice, slush, or snow-covered roads. It makes it very dangerous to drive. Get winter tires. I already said that before. Traction is the key to good movement. Turning and stopping on wet, slushy, or icy surfaces can cause accidents. Top up windshield fluid. Did you hear what I said? Windshield fluid. Back home, maybe you can get away with topping up with water. Here, don't try it. If you have water in your, what do they call that thing? The container that has the liquid for the wipers. If you have water, sorry. So make sure you don't have water in there. Make sure it's the windshield fluid. if you happen to, release the lever that sprays it on the windscreen. Sorry, I'm not very technical in that area, but basically, just so you understand what I'm saying, if you happen to top up the if you happen to release the lever that sprays the liquid on the windscreen and it is water that is in there, your windscreen, it will freeze. It will freeze. So don't try it. Make sure it is a windscreen fluid that you have in there, so that it's just like wash it. The chemical composition is something that does not freeze when the temperature is really cold. So make sure that's what you have. So fill up on washer fluid and replace wiper blades when they streak. Make sure that there's enough windshield washer fluid in the reservoir and it is rated in the minus 40 degrees centigrade temperature range, and make sure you have an extra in your car. Keep the gas tank topped up. When driving in bad weather, it's important that you plan ahead. See and be seen. So make sure you clear snow from the hood of your roof. Clear snow. So I see people do this a lot now. I understand it's actually a safety situation. If you are covered in snow, people will think it's just a hill or a road in front of them. They won't know it's another moving vehicle. So please be sure you clear off all the snow from the hood of your vehicle and from your trunk, and also from the lights, so that it helps for people to see you from behind, and you should be seen, and you should be able to see people in front of you or around you. Make sure you have an emergency kit that has food that won't spoil, water in plastic bottles that are replaced every 6 months, blanket, extra clothing and shoes, first aid kit, small shovel, scraper, a snow brush, candle in a deep can and matches, crank flashlight, whistle, road maps, a copy of your emergency plan. And also make sure you have sand, salt or cat litter, antifreeze / windshield washer fluid, tow rope, jumper cables, fire extinguisher, warning lights or rod flares. So these pretty much are like emergency kit items that you should have in your car, just in case of very dangerous situations. You want to be prepared, you want to be safe, especially if you have family and children with you. You have to think ahead. Okay, as I begin to round up this video, I would like to mention 2 things that you have to take note of when it comes to bad weather situations: frostbite and hypothermia. How many people have watched most of them of Titanic? Well, as you know, in Titanic, what's the guy's name? Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't remember what his movie name was, but he died from hypothermia. It was cold. And hypothermia pretty much means when your body is losing heat faster than it's getting cold. I hope that makes sense. It's a life-threatening situation that occurs when a person is exposed to cold temperatures too long, resulting in a drop in the body temperature accompanied by shivering, numbness, lack of coordination, confusion, and unusual behavior. That's hypothermia. It's very dangerous. People die from it. Another thing is frostbite. And do you know that people can get their body parts amputated because of frostbite? I said very important things that you have to take note of. Frostbite is a serious condition in which the body tissues freezes and are damaged, especially the fingers, toes, ears, and nose. Frostbite occurs in a person's skin and may appear shiny or rosy. I hope I find a picture. I almost had frostbite. I think they call what I had frost nips. It's like the stage before the actual frostbite. So I'll try to show the video, and I'll look for it because it'd be nice to show. So we went to the top of a mountain. I've forgotten the name of the mountain, but it's in Banff. We went up the gondola and we went to the observation point, and we had like this beautiful 360 degrees. Off with my glove. nice.
Mommy, there's a cloud on top of that mountain.
View of like the mountain, the whole Banff, all the surrounding areas, Canadian Rockies. It was beautiful. I'll try to show the video of what it looked like, but while I was there, just because I was trying to get this video to be able to show, I got frost nips. I couldn't feel my fingertips for weeks. I was so scared that it was frostbite. I was going to lose my fingers, but thank God they're better now. Thank God. But please be careful. Don't be like me. And finally, the outfits that you want to have. So depending on the province where you are, I recommend that you take note of how cold it can get. Now, something important that you should take note of is how cold it can get. When you're buying your winter wears, look at the labels. Do they have the temperature ratings? Like, for example, a winter jacket, like my winter jacket, and I'll show you what it looks like. My real winter jacket, not my fashionable ones, my real winter jacket. So it has temperature rating. I think it has like minus 35 or so. What that means is that it will keep me warm up to minus 35 degrees. It hardly gets that high where I stay in Alberta, but there's some parts of Alberta that go up to minus 50. I don't stay near there. Anyways, let's talk about top outfits for winter. So you want to have your coat. And when we talk about coats, there are different types. There's the proper winter jacket, there's the light jacket, and they're like puffer jackets. Make sure that if you stay in a place that gets very cold, you have and don't compromise. Make sure you have a proper winter jacket. And if you know how cold it gets, make sure it's the type that keeps you warm, even if it gets as cold as minus 35 or minus 40. This also applies to my winter boots, my proper winter boots. They're Manitoba Mokolooks. I'll show you what it looks like somewhere here. They also keep me warm up to minus 35 degrees. Yeah. Make sure you have your scarf, your thermal wears. Your thermal wears are like, the package will say thermal wears, but basically it's what you wear inside to regulate your body heat. So they come in like long sleeve shirts and like trousers or leggings. Make sure you have your beanie, your head warmer, your socks, your thick socks. And there's some socks that actually help to generate heat. You can check those out. I know Marks sell a variety of them, Marks. And your beanie, your boots, your gloves, pretty much. Now, people usually advise that you layer up. Because of the type of winter jacket I have, I don't need to layer up. And I'll show you a video of me wearing my winter jacket on this dress, standing out in the freezing cold. And I was hot. I think I even unzipped at some point. But that's because I did not compromise with my winter jacket. And if you're going to stay in a place that gets very cold, do not compromise. Hi, so like I was saying, people would usually advise that you layer up. I don't need to layer up because my winter jacket keeps me warm up to minus 35 degrees, and it can be very hot sometimes if it's not that cold. But if you're staying somewhere that is very cold, do layer up. If you're going to go outside, you're going to be involved in extreme sports like skiing and all the I've forgotten what they call that one. They ride the bikes. But if you're doing any kind of sports in the cold, make sure you wear the appropriate attires. If you're gonna go skiing, they have like the whole face mask and all that to save your face from getting frostbites or wind burns. Yeah, that's the thing. What else do I want to talk about? I think that's pretty much all for today, but I hope you found this video useful. I've been talking about I'm going to post it soon and I'm just doing it. I hope you find it useful. Please share in the comments, what is your worst winter experience? I'll tell you mine. When I came to Canada as a student, very young, a friend of mine told me that, oh, do you know that if you put your tongue on the metal, it's going to stick? And I wanted to try it, but I was scared because I heard that the last person she knew that did it, they had to cut her tongue. I don't know how true it is, but that's what she said. I didn't try it. But what's my worst winter experience? I'll probably share in the caption if I see other people share theirs. I hope this video has been very useful, and please do share. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the bell notification. we're trying to grow this page. Let's see how this goes. And I hope to be able to continue sharing good information on how to enter Canada and how to survive. Okay, take care. This is Pearl, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. Have a lovely week ahead. I hope you didn't forget to move your clock backwards. Daylight savings ended today. Cheers.